Hello and welcome to all our viewers to our channel Balazo Sport. Today I am joined by Ayush from Jaipur and Neil from Mumbai, and we are going to talk about the current World Cup champions and Euro 2016 finalists, the France national team, and we'll discuss about what they can do in the current Euro 2020 tournament and many more. So welcome to both of you, and hope you are doing well in this current COVID climate.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
we are doing absolutely.
Yeah. So to start with, I would like to ask you about your general feelings about the France national team. We have seen like in 2016, Portugal won the finals. But if we look at their overall tournament progression in 2016, they only won one game in the full 90 minutes. And in 2000, in 1992, we had a shock winner in Denmark, and 2004, it was a surprise to see Greece win. So, what are your general feelings about France in this tournament?
Well, if we see that the France team, they are the favorites. They have the best players in the squad right now, and they were the 2018 World Cup champions. Of course, if you see this year's season, we can see in the Champions League final and in the Europa League final, the favorites were the losers. So we have to be cautious, but yeah, we can surely win this time.
Mm, right. And what about you, Neil? What do you feel?
Yeah, I think that this is a much better squad that we have now. I think so.
Mhm.
2016 was that squad compared to this. I think so. It's much more powerful and much stronger. I think so. Now Deschamps has to really go the trophy.
Mhm.
And last time we lost against Portugal. Now I think so we have to go for it now. So seriously, they have got really good players like Mbappe, Kante. I'm really
Mhm.
see seeing that how much Kante we play. I always trust on that guy, one of my idols as I play. And I think so. It will be a really good tournament for France, as seen that they're as favorites, and I think so they can win this tournament.
Mhm. Yeah, right. You're absolutely right about it. But in the current scenario, we're also experiencing that there is COVID, and everyone had a long and grueling current season, and it might lead to many injuries, like we experienced when Benzema just experienced an injury in the last practice game. So, how can France cope up going into the tournament with the injuries and the uncertainties surrounding COVID?
I think so that because
They have a long squad. We all know that they have a very huge squad, but still, there can be problems.
yeah, there can be problems, but we Benzema's I think so injury is not that long. I think so. I hope that it's not long. I think so. He can be back for the second game against I don't know I don't know the fixtures yet. So I think so the first game is against Germany. So yeah, after the game I think so he can be back, but still I think so we need to be very cautious that we need to be cautious that no in such injuries or COVID no player should turn out COVID positive or something like that. Let's hope for the best. And I think so. I think so. The squad we have got now, we should go for it and let's hope for the best and let's pray that something bad should not happen.
Mm. Now, moving ahead with the team, as we all know that France have got multiple superstars, we can say, in all positions. And so, what do you think would be the best formation and the team combination that the manager should go with, to have a best chance to win the tournament?
Yeah, on this thing of the formation, Karim Benzema came back into the squad after 4 years, and we all know the performance of Mbappe. So the attack of France is very good. We have Karim Benzema and Mbappe, the two strikers in front. We have Griezmann as CAM. In the midfield, we have the best the best midfielders right now, like Kante and Pogba, and we have the goalkeeper, the captain Hugo Lloris. So yeah,
Mhm.
4-4-2 is the formation I think they should play.
Yeah, right. 4-1-4-2 seems to be the my go-to formation for the France over last few years, especially going starting with the 2018 World Cup run. Neil, do you have something to add to it? Any insights about the defense? Because France, as we know, have got multiple players who can play at the heart of the defense, and they have got very good wing backs also. So, what do you think can be the team combination, especially the defense?
Defense, I think so. As you know, I would not prefer Longley to start because he has been dreadful. Yeah, not dreadful, but he hasn't had a good season with Barcelona. I think so. My defense will be consisting of Varane and Kimpembe with uh, with Lucas Hernandez at the left and Pavard at the right. So I think so. France will generally go with a 4-1-2-1-2, but they will in attacking. I think so. I don't know in attacking wise the formation works really really good, but in defensive they have to go in 4-3-3 defense because Kante as a midfielder as a CDM he is so effective, and Deschamps we all know that he plays as a very deep line. We all saw that what line he plays at the World Cup, what defensive line he plays at the World Cup. He will hit Germany, Portugal, these teams at the counter attack. I think so. France will be really, really defensive, but on the counter attack they will be very lethal with players like Mbappe up top, Mbappe, Griezmann, Kante, players like Kante. Yeah, so it will be a counter attacking game for France in my opinion.
Yeah, personally, I think France have got the most flexible squad. They can literally field totally different 11 and still win against most of the teams in the tournament. And that is a very good sign for the fans and the team as well. And obviously, they would like to do the complete the unfinished business of Euro 2016. Now moving ahead, as I told, we can talk about the favorite team only till the tournament starts, and after that, it depends on how good the day is for the concerned team. So talking about the opponent, who do you think can be the the biggest threat to France for the Euro 2020 championship?
Well, I think the biggest threat can be Germany because they have their senior players like Matt Hummels and Muller and Manuel Neuer in the team. They have some good players right now. Their players were performing good in this season. So, and we have the first match against Germany. So the first game will be very good to see
Crucial.
that which team goes top and which team performs well.
Yeah, talking about Germany, I can see that there are great correlations between France and Germany, in terms of the number of wingers and the combination of young and experienced players. Neil, what do you think? Which team can be the biggest threat to France this tournament?
I think so. Can be Germany, but I'm more cautious about Portugal because
Oh,
they defeated us, they defeated France, and this time this Portuguese team is the most underrated team. In my opinion, it is the most underrated team I've ever seen because that team of 2016 comparing to this team of 2021, I think so. This team is much more better, and they will, and we have to take revenge against this Portuguese guys. Especially, I know it won't be easy with guys like Bruno, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Neves. Players like these players, I don't know, but
don't forget
seriously,
Pepe. Don't forget Pepe.
yeah, Pepe, oh my, Pepe,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are a
selected.
monster at the back, monster at the
uh,
back. He's a complete monster. And Ruben Diaz,
yeah,
player of the
yeah,
season.
player of the
Seriously,
season.
man, monster
Uh,
defenders. Seriously, we need to be careful of. We have a very good pacey attack, but they have a really good strong defense and a very good midfield. I think so. This battle against Portugal also will be really, really, very, very intense.
yeah, right, absolutely right. See, I might be laughed at for asking this question, but I cannot stop myself from doing it. The team is full of superstars, but I would like to know who do you think can be the game changer, the match winner for France this tournament?
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
you can go. You can go.
yeah. Definitely, I'll vouch for Kante. He's the amazing this
a
season,
big
and being
a
a
big rock,
Real
the
Madrid
the
fan,
the spine.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, go
So
ahead.
being a Real Madrid fan, I was very horrified to see that loss, and again seeing him playing against Manchester City, his tackles and his saves, and he was the player of the match in both the semi-finals and
Hmm.
in the final. So he will be the game changer every time for the France.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because Kante, is a player who nobody can hate because
Definitely,
like
definitely.
he's I think he pulls all the strings from the midfield, even in the attack, in the defense, because he's fearless, and he can keep on running for the full 90 minutes, and if you ask him to play for 30 more, he would play with a big smile on his face.
For sure. And
So
I'm also
yes, yes,
not seeing him getting any cards. He's so
yes, yes.
precise
He's
with the
hmm,
skills,
hmm.
and
So Neil, what do you think? Other than Kante, I cannot disagree with Ayush on this, but I would like to hear some other name also other than Kante who can be the most valuable player for France.
Kante is also my favorite player in France, but I think so. Alongside with Kante, our our fellow Man United midfielder Pogba, he can be also really good with his long passing ability, with his physical strength in the midfield. I think so. He can be really good. Actually, I think so. Him and Kante in midfield are really really good. Him and Kante will be absolutely fantastic in the midfield. I think so. This is the best midfield. So the whole tournament, I think so. This can be my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah, obviously Pogba and Kante I think are the best figure pivot in the world. And Pogba's long passes along with Kylian Mbappe's pace, they can be like dangerous for any team. Any best team in the world can also struggle in front of them. Now, going towards the end of this discussion, like we all know that France has been drawn in the toughest group of the tournament. They have with them alongside Germany and Portugal, and we cannot just simply write off Hungary. They can be very good. They can spring a surprise on their day. So, talking about the general progression, what do you think? What can be the minimum expectations from France? I know they are favorites, but still, what do you expect? Where do you expect them to finish? Like a minimal expectation. Please go ahead, Neil.
Okay, yeah, I think so. I would love France to finish top of the group, so that we can face either of you know from England or Scotland or Croatia, someone like that. But
Yeah,
it will be a really really tough match. It's a group of death. It's exactly a group of death. Many people are saying that France will come second. I don't know what I don't know. Come on, it's France. This team is capable of in coming first in the group.
yeah.
I think so. It will come first.
I personally think that whichever team finishes top of this group might go on to win the tournament. Because playing three matches continuously and playing against two best teams of the tournament, if they can defeat two best teams and one a considerably weaker side, I think they have the strength and the perseverance to go on and win the tournament. Ayush, who do you think will qualify from this group among Portugal, Germany, France, and Hungary,
well, I think if there are two teams qualifying, then the second team will be Portugal
along with France, right?
along with France. Yeah, because obviously we all want Ronaldo to go
Qualify,
higher
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
win the championship also. That's why. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, this might be his last Euro tournament because I
Yes.
think
Yes.
he'll be playing his the last major tournament will be 2022 World Cup, and
Fine.
Euro Championship will be his last. So we would love to see another Portugal France final. Why not? The two best teams, potentially
Yeah.
the two best teams of the tournament.
Definitely.
So yeah, overall, France is a team in which we cannot find so many loopholes because they are filled with superstars. They have experience, they have youth, they have a world-class manager backing them, and let's hope that they can progress as far as possible in the tournament, and we have a cracker of a Euro 2020. Because in this COVID climate, football has been a savior for all of us. They have been a part. They have become a part of life for many of these sports fans, football fans especially. So yeah, it was great to have you both, and I hope that Neil and Ayush, you both join us for podcast in the knockout stages also, as we plan for further podcast. And to all the viewers, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more exciting fan podcasts, and follow our social media channels, the description of which has been given below. So yeah, have a good time and enjoy the Euro 2022. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.